WCA?
My name is Tanya Davies and I travelled from Perth in Australia to be here in Thailand at WCA.
Beautiful. Tanya, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving us some of your time and your lunch. What would you say was the biggest struggle or challenge you were facing in your life prior to coming to WCA?
I think probably two things. One is clarity of who I am and want to be and who the world wants me to be. And the other one is visibility. You know, like I'm all out there because I have a hairdressing background, but I still hide in plain sight, you know, and online and on Messenger, as you know. I literally saw your message last night.
And what would you say has been your biggest breakthrough or transformation since coming here to WCA? What's it been for you?
Well, it's always the hidden things, isn't it? You know, like I knew there was some hidden stuff that I wasn't sure, but I just felt the drag of it. And it was probably rejection. You know, like I think I've shared the story before that when I was a little girl, my mum used to sing this song, "You look like an angel, but you're the devil in disguise." And I had terrible rage issues and I was a roaring monster for many of my young years. And then as a parent, really, as well, you know, until I decided to break the cycle. And then I realised I actually, like, again, links into the hiding, but there was that rejection, you know, we all had the family rejection, the da-da-da. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, like standing up and going, pick me sort of thing. And then whether I did or not, you know, that's a form of being willing to receive that judgment and that rejection, you know. And also overcoming the times where I wasn't necessarily picked to speak, but I was just so grateful that someone else had an opportunity and then I shared their joy as if it was my own.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
What would you say surprised you or shocked you the most about the WCA experience?
Definitely the noise when I walked in and the loud music, which was amazing because I have extra speakers in my car and love loud music. So, you know, I think the movement, it was really, really good that we did so much movement. And I, you know, like I mentioned that I was a hairdresser, but I've also been a trainer for about 20 years. So working in classrooms, training people and everything, it's really nice to add that music in and get people moving. And a lot of the activities like the stop-start activities and the neurodevelopment kind of shifting and yeah.
How would you summarise the people that you've met here at the WCA? How would you explain your new WCA family members and how they've been impacted in your journey?
Everyone is just the most gorgeous souls. And I didn't get to ask them all what their journeys are, but I just know that we're all on these really expanded journeys that'll just ripple out into the world so powerfully and stay connected one way or the other, which is really nice. Beautiful. Tim actually I liked him even more in person. You know, I liked him online. It was actually his words that I liked online and the direction he was taking the learning. About everybody, the team, yourself, amazing, nicer in person as well. Same as Toma and Lily and all the whole team, you know, and Viella, just beautiful. And I felt really safe to let my guards down, which is really difficult for me because I've always kind of shown people, but then there's a limit to how much I show, you know. So
whenever you go back now to Australia, what's going to be different for you now, Tanya? How different is life going to be? Like, what's it going to look like, feel like,
yeah.
You haven't left this experience now?
Yeah, well, I love the learning that we did about the 2 layers of resistance. You know, like I was aware that a little bit about resistance meant that there was something further behind it, but the resistance knowing that, well, there's that layer of resistance that when you see it, you have to let's go instead of no. But there's also the second layer actually took me by surprise of resistance. So recognising and being prepared for that second layer of resistance and to go through it.
Let's go.
With the support
Beautiful.
of you know.
And last but not least, Tanya, what advice would you give to maybe someone who's listening to this right now, who's thinking of coming to WCA? They want to change, they want to get to know themselves more, they want to have this new mindset shift, but they're maybe holding themselves back or sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to that individual listening right now?
I would say you have to do it. I don't really think there's an option for you. It's a must. You know, like I said, I've trained for about 20 years, but I've also been a student for about 20 years. Been to so many workshops and so much personal development. Never quite got the change that I wanted or the content really that I needed, you know. And this is more valuable than anything I've ever done before. And I've done some really expensive and powerful stuff. So probably about 250,000 worth, I would say, over the years. And you know, this is more valuable than anything else. And it's a fast track, powerful, but then the support, which I think is lacking, and the movement and engagement as well. So you've got to have the mind shift, but also the physical and lifestyle shift as well. Yeah.